was talking about my pseudo relapse last week and how I had a doctor's appointment the day after I published last week's video, and it was just supposed to be routine. I was just supposed to go in and Sarah would look me over and send me home and tell me to relax and then make some notes in my file. That's what I was supposed to be. I took my kids to the appointment because I didn't think it was going to end up the way it did. I ended up getting an MRI to rule out PML because my symptoms sucked so bad. For those of you that don't know, PML, straight from the Tysabri website here, is a rare brain infection that usually leads to death or severe disability. Currently, there is no known treatment, prevention, or cure. So the only thing we have working for patients on Tysabri is the JCV test to see whether or not you are positive or negative, and if you are positive, to see how high your titer is. That's all you have to base a very important decision off of. The new symptoms I was worried about were the major vision changes. This arm was useless. I mean, I feel like I have no control over it. Really, if you want to be technical, my whole right side is pretty useless because my walking is weak, but my right foot drags. I'm weaker on the right side, and I failed like every test that they did. I even went back old school and had the 9-peg test, where you have to put the 9 pegs into the holes and then take them out as fast as you can. Like, we did all sorts of physical tests. I knew I wasn't doing so hot, but I never imagined that I would fail my tests in the office as bad as I did. I shocked myself. I was so surprised. I'm sitting there and I'm doing these and I went, oh, wow, that was not good, or oh, that's new. When did that happen? You know, I was so caught off guard by how bad it was, because you don't sit at home and one of the tests is you put your arms out and you close your eyes and you touch your nose with your hands. And my right arm, we went and I ended up touching like right here. I couldn't touch my nose. Another one that we did was you take your hand and you flip back and forth like this as fast as you can on your arm. And I am thinking really, really hard about this, and it's just not working well. It's just not working. And then, you put your feet together and you put your arms straight out and you close your eyes, and then they want to see if you fall over. I put my feet together, I put my arms out, and I fell to my right. Before I even shut my eyes, I was like, what the hell is going on, okay? That's never happened before. We talked about my walking, how I noticed the night before my appointment that when I was walking, it was, my right foot kept going out to the side, like I couldn't keep it straight. You walk like this, but I was walking like this, and that's new. I've never really been good at the tandem, one foot in front of the other. I can't do that, but that was consistent, so that was not new, which is a great thing, I guess. If I sucked before and I sucked at the appointment, that's a good thing. You want to just stay normal. You don't want changes unless they're for the good. Just no. And then we did a test where you stick your hands out, and you can see it here. My hands aren't, this is my right hand. You put your hands out and you spread your fingers, and you have to close your eyes. And then you could see your hand. My hand will retract, and then you have to flip it over, and you have to spread your fingers. And you have to do that for so long, and as you could tell, I'm not really good at that one either. So it was just, we did my physical part of the test, and then she left to talk to the other doctor. When she came back from talking to the other doctor, she's like, we're going to order an immediate MRI. We want to get you in for an MRI ASAP. And I was like, okay, for what? And then she said, to rule out PML. And it was just like, what did she just say? She just said PML, and for a minute, like the tears just started to fill my eyes, and you know, time just stood still, and my kids are tearing up the exam room. It didn't matter because I was just like, she just said to rule out PML. Oh, okay. So I took a second. I went, that sounds like a great idea. Let's do that just to be sure. Okay, so she left, and she went and talked to scheduling, and she came back in and she said, we're taking you down for an MRI right now. There is an opening right now, so let's do it. So I was just like, but I have my kids. And then one of the best nurses I have ever met, she just came in and she took my kids and they left the room and they went on an adventure. And I went downstairs to get an MRI. And I swear, it had to have been the longest elevator ride because it's just time stood still again because I was by myself. Well, I was with the assistant, and I'm just like, how did I get here? Am I really? What are the odds? Like, I just had my last Tysabri. I just had my 94th infusion. And I get PML now when I'm getting off. And then it just, I kept processing while I was in the MRI. I'm just like, really? The form said MS, PML. I signed a form that said PML, and I'm just going, holy shit. This is real, you know, you hear about it, and there's like no research out there, but it's so real. It's just, it was a very surreal feeling, if maybe that's probably the best word, because you take the medicine to feel better, and you'd never think that you could end up with PML. The good news was the MRI didn't show any PML, but he ordered a spinal tap still because you could have no PML on the MRI, and it's only a brain MRI, not a spinal, but you could still have PML, so you want to do both. So he had me come back 2 days later, and I have spinal tap, and I'm waiting. That test has to be sent out to California, so it'll be about 7 days to get any results back. But honestly, the whole time in my head, I'm thinking, I have PML. I know I have PML. It's just, I have PML. Things are bad. Things are not okay. And I don't have a UTI. I was tested for that, and it was negative. So what else could it be? The symptoms are in line with PML, and I'm just, I have PML. On Friday, I got a call from my family physician. He got my blood work back, and I had high white blood cell count, so he wants me to come back in for more blood work to see what infection is going on. Like, what's going on? There's something running wild in this body, and we need to figure out what it is. So then I'm like, okay, maybe it's not PML. So it brought brought in some doubt. Maybe there is something else going on that's not PML. This is a good thing. But then I also thought, what if it's just my body trying to fight PML? And it created the white blood cells to fight that infection. It's a rare brain infection. There's an infection somewhere in my body. What organ is it affecting right now? So I'm going in for the blood work this afternoon when I take my son to the doctor. So I don't know when I get those results back, but I'm just waiting on a whole bunch of phone calls here to figure out what I'm doing with my life. I feel like I need to say I am not thinking negatively by saying I have PML. That's exactly what Michael went to when I told him I had PML. I said, honey, I really think I have PML. And he goes, why would you say that? Why are you being so negative? And I'm not being negative. I wouldn't have changed anything. I still would have gone on Tysabri in the beginning. I still would have gone back on Tysabri after Michael. I still would have gone back on Tysabri after Maverick, because Tysabri gave me the life that I expected to live. I didn't want to just coast. I didn't want to just be okay. I wanted to live my life, and Tysabri gave me a wonderful 9.5 years, and I have 2 kids, and I'm married, and we have a house, and we're gonna be moving soon. Like, that's a great life. And I don't know how much of that I would have gotten had I been on a safer drug, like say Copaxone, that has like no problems. But it's also, it wouldn't have done for me what I needed my drug to do. So I have no regrets. It just new challenges, if that's what it ends up being. Just new challenges, that's all. I might be accepting of the thought, the possibility of it being PML. But that doesn't mean it doesn't take every ounce of strength, that I don't have to dig deep to keep my composure, to go through my daily life. It's just like I'm here, and everything is going on around you. It's just, you're just surviving. You're not actually living. Time is standing still. So it'll be a long week. I should know maybe Friday, maybe Monday. So hopefully next week when I do a video, I will have some good news to share with you guys. We can throw a party or something. I don't know. So until next week, I'll see you guys later. Bye.